All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Jod's there.
Nikes, Nicks, Nokes, Nukes there.
I thought we would say Nods there. And
technically I'm J-O, you're N-I, so like Nikes, because you said aw. It
rhymes. Nods. And we are super excited for another...
Michael McIntyre. He's one of my favorite comedians, and we are reacting to the
Sorry?
I was reading it, and then Nick just changed the screen on me.
I assumed it wasn't going to be as long as the title is, for crying out loud. It's like a whole paragraph.
The terrifying difference between night and day in the countryside. Oh, I'm so excited. We don't live in the countryside. We live in a city. It's a very big city. However, according to my sister, we live in the suburbs of the city.
No, we do.
But yeah, we do. We live in the suburbs. But still, if you want to go to a store at 10 p.m. at night, you can. I mean, you wake up in the middle of the night and you still hear people driving on the streets.
Well, that's
like,
also because we're in Las Vegas.
We're in Las, yeah, that's what I mean.
Strip,
like, we're in the city, so it's like, there's not a huge difference between night and day activity, but I could only assume at nighttime in a countryside, it's like silence.
Almost
pitch
eerie.
black.
Like, I just remember driving in England, and those country roads are very narrow, so that'd be terrifying to drive those at night without, like,
no lights at all either, just your car lights.
Yeah. So excited to watch this, because it doesn't matter what he's going to talk about. He's going to be hilarious. We've reacted to so many of his videos. Check out on our channel, our reactions, if you like this one. If you do like this one, don't forget to
like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video.
Yeah, Jodi. It's mostly for you. You seem to forget a lot.
Sorry, were you talking? I was adjusting my headphones.
Never.
Good.
Here we go.
I was going to tell you about my private life. I've had some good news recently, is that I've got... my wife has always had a dream, okay, to own a little place in the countryside. And it
like
became
yours.
my dream when she told me about it every day for 10 years.
Okay. For the record, I asked Nick to move to Scotland every day for 17 years, and it has not become your dream.
Nope. I don't move to places I know nothing about.
We went there.
Oh.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, I know nothing about it.
Recently, I bought a little place in the countryside for us. Beautiful little place. It's very remote, very isolated, very private, rolling hills. It's surrounded by a farm. It's not our farm, but it's just lovely. We didn't tell the children we were getting it. It was the most magical day when we first moved in, and we were standing outside, all of us, my children running around in the fields. They couldn't believe it, giggling, and the sun going down, and my wife and I holding hands, going, "We did it. It's amazing. I'm so happy." And tears. It was beautiful.
It comes.
And lovely little animals, little birds, because you don't see lice birds in London. You know, in London we have pigeons, sort of suicidal pigeons, sort of come in front of the car, just look at you, kill me, end my life, it's not worth it. They just fly off at the last second. I don't even have the guts to end it. All these multicolored birds coming out of the woods, like they were welcoming us to the country, making lovely noises. Like they were saying, hello, welcome, thank you for coming. Right, holding hands, children running around, lovely. Then the sun went down completely. Absolute total darkness. Pitch black, terrified. We all both looked at where we thought we were. Darling, are you there? I can't even see you. We should go to London. We can't do this, can we? We can't do this. Where are the children? Children! And it was like all those lovely daytime animals were instantly replaced by the night shift animals. Noises from birds I've never heard before. Sinister sounds. I actually Googled what bird sounds like a child screaming in the woods. Seriously. There was just this...
He's so good at that.
That with the... My whole family holding hands in a 360, edging to where we hoped the house was.
Night shift.
I want to go home! We're drifting into the neighbour's field. And foxes, in London, when you see a fox, you see it for a second, and you just go, oh look, there's a fox, and then it disappears, like into thin air. In the country, you hear the noises they make. They make this vile sort of, like they're vomiting violently. There was this fox just walking towards us.
Zombie fox.
Seriously.
That with the... Pussycats on heat. Is there a more sinister sound out there than a cat sort of whining? If only women were like this, how much easier would my teenage years have been? Have you met Beverly? I think Beverly's up for it. I think you're right, Dave. Leave me to it.
So bad.
Finally, we made it into the house. You know, people in the country, they say things like, we never lock our doors in the country. Are you joking? I was putting furniture in front of the door. I opened the curtains to see what it was like. There was a fox in my face. Oh my God, it's getting worse. Because the fear is someone's going to break in the night. What are you going to do if someone breaks in the countryside? In London, you tell them where you live, you tell them your road, your postcode, the number, then the police will come to your house. In the country, people say things like, ignore the postcode, that takes you to another house. Or why don't you swap postcodes with that house? Every house just has names. The glebe house, the rectory, the little cottage on the hill.
No.
I've just spent my whole life giving people directions. There's a dip in the road. You'll feel it, you won't see it, you'll feel a slight dip. There's some roadkill, it used to be there. There might be some roadkill, there's a left, there's a sharp left. You think you're driving into a hedge, you've got to trust it's there, you've got to trust it's there. Then you'll be on a lane for about a mile, then you'll come to a huge oak tree. Then you know you've gone too far. You must turn back and go back there. For God's sake! You can't be saying this to the police on the phone. You might as well pass it on to the burglar. How did you find the place? Can I put you on? Because the onus is on us as men. This is what my wife does. Every time there's a noise in the house, she wakes me up. In bed, she's like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Coming from the kitchen, did you hear that noise? And I always deny it, even though I've heard it because I'm awake, terrified. And I said, no, it must be the wind, even though I know there's no wind in the kitchen. She always says the same thing. Go and see. Go on, go downstairs and see. I'm always like, well, that wasn't exactly the way I was going to handle this situation. I was hoping we would hide as a family and await rescue. But Michael, you're the man of the house. Yes, you're right, I am the man of the house, but what concerns me at this very moment is I think there's another man in the house. And I've decided to make him the man of the house on this occasion. But what about the children? Good idea. Send one of them. Send the older one, the 9-year-old.
The older one.
Okay.
Oh,
I love
gosh.
him, but so many things. First thing is,
funny.
we get the birds 100% because we have birds here in Vegas, and this morning I was getting ready and I could hear them chirping outside, and it was just so beautiful and lovely. I'm like, oh, spring. We have tons of pigeons, blah, and they're like little coil that they do. Ugh, can't stand it. But you do have some nice birds too that you can hear. But when we were in Scotland, oh my gosh, in the middle of the night, you would hear that crying bird.
Where are we at?
Stonehaven.
Yes. Oh my
And then we heard them a little bit in Edinburgh, but definitely in
Every
Stonehaven.
and all night long. Like what? Like, and it doesn't stop at 2 a.m.
No, it was all night long. And we were like, what is this? This is new for us.
And she wants to move.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I can, here's the thing. Nick and I joke around, but legit, I can sleep through anything. Lights on, you could be wrapping things up with duct tape, like packaging tape, ripping. I will sleep.
I don't wrap
through
up
it.
people with duct tape.
No, I'm just saying,
I'm
like,
packaging.
I can sleep through
boxes.
anything. But, so I could sleep through it, but what was new is that we're used to air conditioning, and so we have the windows open to allow the airflow. It was still bright as ever at like 10, 11 at night. It felt like it was 7, which was cool, except for all the stores were shut or closed. And then you hear these birds, and so Nick was like, close the windows. And I'm like, but I'm
so
hot.
loud.
But, I mean, definitely understood that. And I definitely get the waking up, because I will wake up Nick if I'm scared. I don't think I've done it in quite a while. But when we were newly married, I would do it a lot.
Well, and it's like, when you make that transition from just like teenager, kid at home, and now it's your home, and it's like you gotta be the person to go and possibly fight these which in all the years of noise, there's never been anyone in our house. Could be though. Like, it is a little I mean, unless you're trained in jiu-jitsu in the military or something like that, if you're just a regular schlub like me, it can be a little bit, but you can't be weak and not go. So you don't know what you're going to do when you see someone. Be like, hey, but you got to do it. And so it's, it's a little adrenaline rush. And sometimes like, you're tired. They wake you up like, oh, why do I got to do it right now? So no, it's okay. I'm sure the person will get what they want and they'll leave. We got plenty. Let me get some sleep.
My fear too is always like the kids, like he said, sending the kids down. But I'm always like, what about the kids? We got to get them. How are we going to get them all?
Yeah,
but
send one of them.
I mean, fortunately, knock on wood, I haven't been scared like that in a long time. I have woken up from nightmares and just fearful from the nightmare, but not because I thought somebody was in our house. But I do remember when we were dating before we were married. At night, Nick would stay over all the time just for a little bit till I fell asleep because I'd be so scared.
And I would just sit there because we were very good. I would just sit there in the room.
So sweet.
While she slept. Yep. That's us.
So sweet.
That exciting. And that's not even a lie. That's how it was. Let us know what you think about our reaction to this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time.
Goodbye.